everyone. I, CA Shreya Gupta, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Commerce, Parul University, welcome each and everyone to this webinar on mindful learning, which is the part 1 of the 2 webinar series. First of all, I would like to introduce our guests. Dr. Asisi Menacharya. Dr. Menacharya serves as the Vice President at QMPG Industrial Certifications and Services. He has demonstrated excellence in multiple areas. His mantra is, love whatever you do and enjoy the process. He is excited about whatever he does. He was a top performing sales professional in India and one among the top 50 in the world, earning multiple international awards consecutively for 3 years from US and Europe. He has conducted more than 1,150 third-party audits in 25 plus sectors in the areas of quality, environment, food safety, health and safety, and social accountability that includes manufacture of nuclear-grade uranium. He is also a certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. He has conducted 97 third-party audits in the area of K-12, higher education, non-formal education, training and knowledge management in 3 countries. He also served as the Director of Hycon India Limited, Director and CEO of Horsch Remedies Limited, and Director Marketing of Zeba Lab Furnishing Private Limited. He has consulted and conducted trainings in more than 350 organizations during the past 18 years. He is an alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad for the full-time FDPM program, BSMED, Bharatiyar University and University of Madras. He is trained in physics, applied in clinical psychology, HRM, HRD, management, marketing, and enterprise risk management with an earned PhD in the area of emotional intelligence and managerial effectiveness. He is an astute practitioner of Sahaj Mark, a method of Raj Yoga or mindfulness practice for past 30 years. He is the author of 9 books and one is translated to European languages, 9 European languages. He has worked as an associate professor, and dean at multiple management schools. His latest 2 books, the core focus is in the area of mindfulness. He has conducted a meta-analysis of wisdom literatures of Oriental, Eastern, and Western literatures using thematic analysis and working on his 10th book on mindfulness named as Essence of Excellence. He has traveled to US, Europe, Canada, Middle East, and Far East to attend and present papers in international conferences. He has published 28 articles in peer-reviewed journals of repute. On behalf of Faculty of Commerce, Parul University, I welcome you, sir. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Giselle George. She is the wife of Dr. Menacharya, completed her graduation in education and mathematics and post-graduation in mathematics and business administration. She came out as a topper for KAU MAT entrance test with the Federal Bank Hormuz Tarakan Scholarship for doing her MBA APM covering full fees. Later, she successfully completed her doctoral studies in an area, employee engagement, role of spiritual intelligence and knowledge management. Presently, she is working as a faculty in the area of quantitative techniques and organizational psychology. She is an author of 4 books, half a dozen research papers, and attended or presented papers in international conferences in Switzerland, India, and Malaysia. She is working on her next book, The 7 Spiritual Laws to Face Failures. She is working as a faculty in management at SNGI-ST Group of Institutions at Kochi. I welcome you, ma'am.
In 1965, Benjamin Bloom, the great psychologist who brought the concept of Bloom's taxonomy, defined learning as acquiring new knowledge, skills, behaviors, values, preferences, understanding, and may involve synthesizing different types of information. Suppose a learner is learning to play chess. The learner has to learn the rules of the game. So that is happening in the cognitive domain. But he also has to learn how to set up the chess pieces on the chessboard and also to properly hold and move a chess piece. So that is the psychomotor domain. Further, later in the game, the learner may even learn to love the game itself, values its application in life, and appreciates its history. So here the learning happens in the affective domain. Now let us try to get an insight about ourselves in choosing a program to learn. For this, the following questions will be helpful to you. Why am I interested to learn in this program? Is it because I love this particular program, or am I attracted by the numerous job opportunities the program would provide me in future? Or is it because my personality perfectly matches with the program? Or whether my parents had a wish for me to go for this program, or whether they compelled me to do so? Or is it because of the social acceptance that I may get if I undergo a particular program? Or because of the risk-free jobs offered by the program? So the answers to these questions will give you a feedback about why you prefer to learn a particular course or a program. Now let's look into the common objectives from the perspective of a student. According to a survey conducted, it has been revealed that the major objectives of learning are to get good marks in the exams at the end of the course or the program, or getting a certification or degree, to get a job so that he can earn a livelihood and support his family, reaching the expected level of performance at his workplace, and also to contribute to the nation building. So these are the tendency of satisfying the biological needs, which is known as the opportunistic functioning, as noted by the famous American psychologist Willard Alport. There is another objective for learning called the appropriate functioning, which means doing things in keeping with you what you really are. That is, the expression of one's authentic, unique self, where one's self is unfolding, growing, and on becoming, as mentioned by Carl Rogers. For example, whenever one says, "That's really me," he or she is expressing one's authenticity, which is an expression of unique self. Apart from the above two objects of learning, there is the Oriental Eastern perspective. According to this perspective, one performs an action or karma to unfold the spirit of oneself and for realizing higher states of consciousness. For one believes that the purpose of life is to unfold the Purnatva. Purnatva means fullness, and it represents the state of our spiritual being. Thus, Oriental Eastern perspective means believes that your learning should facilitate your purpose of life, that is, unfolding the spirit of oneself and for realizing higher states of consciousness. Now, let us look deep into ourselves by going deep within us. For this, take a look into the given inventory, Authenticity to Learn Self-Report Inventory, and try to answer the statements. Be true to yourself, and please remember that there is no right or wrong answers. Only your responses matters. So you can see there are 10 statements written over in this inventory. You have to mark or circle the appropriate score on this, starting from 0 to 4. If you completely disagree with this statement, if you completely disagree with the first statement, you need to circle the score 0. Your response represents score 0. Likewise, if you completely agree, or if you feel that the statement is completely true for you, you have to score you have to circle the score 4. For the next statements, you have to mark in this way. So let's read the first statement. For this, let me explain why the purpose of this inventory. The following statements are designed to measure various behaviors, thought processes, and mental characteristics. So there are 5 possible responses that best reflects you, and you have to circle the corresponding number according to your response. So let me read the first statement. The program I study matches my personality style. So if you are a person having, or if you are a person who is an introvert or extrovert, So mark your response appropriately. So now the second statement. The program I study provides me great opportunity to work. The third statement is, I am in love and excited to learn the program that is chosen to study. Fourth one, I have chosen the program because my parents suggested to learn it. The program I study provides me great acceptance in the society. The program offers me a risk-free or occupational risk-free job after its completion. Although my parents suggested, I too love the program I have chosen to study. The program I study provides me a high-paying job on successful completion. I love to do the same program and I love the risks and challenges at work. And finally, I have a high level of competence and grip of subjects that I have chosen to learn. Here, you have to notice one thing. The question numbers or the statement numbers 2, 4, 8 and 10 have to be scored in the reverse order. That means if you have circled the score 4, it means you have to take the score as 0. Likewise, question number 1 or the statement number 1, 3, 5, 6, 9 have to be scored in normal manner. So if you have circled the score as 4, it means 4. Then there is a relationship between question 4 and 7. If you notice, you can see that. So for question number 7, if your answer is 4, then your relative answer for question number 4 need to be considered to be normal or positive. That is 4 itself. And for the same question statement number 7, if your answer is 0, then your relative answer for question number 4 need to be considered in the reverse order. That is, even if you have put the score as 4, it is to be taken as 0. We also measure life skill in this question also. Thank you.
Well, hope everyone can hear me. Am I audible? Yes, thank you. Okay, now Dr. Giselle, she has given you a skill building session on how to know thyself, about your own interest, opportunity to learn, perhaps at the transactional level. Well, this inventory do have 10 questions. The maximum score of one question is 4 and the minimum is 0. It means if you have 10 questions, you add it together, and if you get 40 marks, considering the whole reverse scoring as well as normal scoring, if you get 40 means your authenticity to learn is very high, and if you are towards 0, your authenticity to learn is very low. It means you are externally oriented, you're taking a decision to learn a course or a program is based on somebody else's opinion, society's opinion, parents' opinion, etc., etc. Well, it's okay, maybe till when you get a job, then you marry a girl or a boy, then you get social acceptance, that's all okay, fine. But what happens after 40 or 45 years? We need to realize the fact that maybe we have to spend more than 1/3 of our time of the whole life at our workplace. So we should learn something that we do like. So please keep that in mind. And I thank Dr. Ajay Trivedi, who is my friend as well as colleague, that we did together a program at IIM Ahmedabad around 9 years back. So I thank you I thank him for giving an opportunity to serve all of you, and I thank Parul University also for giving an opportunity to serve.